right, welcome, guys. Welcome in. We are back. First day back, upper body post cold. Let's finish our preview here. We got our pre in. Now we're just going for giving it the business. Giving this day the business. All right, so yeah, we just had basically half a week off from being sick, and we're getting back after it. So please, please, please like, subscribe, join the community. We're going to get after it today. We're going to ease back in day one. Not trying to smoke ourselves right out of the gate, but trying to get some work in. So hope you guys are doing well and having a good day. We're going to have people join in here. I just sent it out to a few of my regular friends and fam. All right. I'm just going to find some music here. Some no copyright business. No copyright. So yeah, I have to say, I thought I'd be all right getting away with, not getting sick and getting a full year of lifting and stuff in, but the universe had different plans. Here we are, 1 week off in between. Not the worst thing in the world, not the best thing in the world, just is what it is. Get some lo-fi music, why not? May as well, but yeah, thanks for being here. Hope you guys are doing all right. Tommy, what's going on? Thanks for being here. Just back from a week being sick, getting after it. Starting back with our first exercise here, incline press. Appreciate you guys being here. If you're not already subbed, please subscribe and like. My goal is 200 subs by my birthday, which is the end of May. I'm at 129 now, so we're on our way. So yeah, first workout back after a week off from being sick. Let's see if the strength is still there. It's not bad. A little bit weaker, but reps feel like we're moving all right. So awesome, Tommy. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Please, if you could drop a subscribe and a like, comments, they all help out. They help people find me, and we're hopefully building a great, thanks, buddy, building a good community of cool people here that are just good people, positive, all about the right stuff, right? That's what we're trying to build. I'm an old man, been lifting for a long time, just getting back into it after a little while off, got really out of shape, getting right back in shape, so it's all that matters. I appreciate you guys being here with me. If you have any questions around health and fitness, drop them in the chat and I will cover them off as we go. That was our first set. It's down and out this week. Got crushed by a cold like midweek last week, and yeah, basically you can still kind of hear it. I'm still a little stuffed up, but yeah, basically Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week I was like out of it, and then Saturday I was like starting to feel a little better. Did some cardio in the morning. But then like by midday, I was like kind of crushed, no energy, whatever, because still getting over it, right? And then Sunday, I gave myself kind of one more total day and then back at it today. And we'll see, I'll get better and better as it goes, right? It's a typical thing. We'll still keep on the same program. We'll just ease back in and we won't push. I won't expect to push as far in terms of reps and weight for the first couple days, but by next week, be like we never ever missed a day, back in the swing. Hopefully in the exact same place for in terms of weights and everything, but it's good. Maybe the body needed the rest. We'll see. Maybe I'll just have this big jump in strength. All right, second set here. That first set felt not too bad. Another 10. All in all, pretty good. Feeling all right. Hey, Deb, long live JFK. All right, long live JFK. I'm with you. Not against that, but thanks for being here. Thanks for dropping a comment. Again, guys, please, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, like, helps me out a ton. We're growing, we're getting there. We're almost at that 200 goal for May. And then I'm gonna do a big giveaway to my subscribers when we hit that 200. Basically gonna give away like a kind of like a starter kit for health and fitness. So if you guys can please drop a sub. It's all just my own money going into it because I'm not making any money from YouTube yet. It's just, you know, and I don't sell my programs. I don't sell anything. I just help people because I want to see people get healthier. So good for him, bro. What are your thoughts on Saddam Hussein? Isn't he dead? I don't really have thoughts on Saddam Hussein, I don't think. I think he's dead. But I mean, are you asking my thoughts on the oil crisis and the excursion in Iran right now? Hey, Tommy, what you doing? What's going on, buddy? I appreciate you being here. And thanks, guys. Anybody who does drop a sub, it means the world to me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for dropping a sub. You're allowing me to do the thing I like doing most, which is helping people. And that's all I'm trying to do. Community of good people and just, you know, be around. But yeah, I don't really have any thoughts on Saddam Hussein. What are your thoughts on Saddam Hussein? You should tell us. Chest feels good. Feels warm. So I'm just going to keep recording as we go. But all in all, pretty good so far. I think we're going to stick with the 135. Try to get the 10. We're not going to go any lower rep, I think, for today. Just see what we can get doing 4 sets at the 135. But all in all, feel pretty good. XDK, thanks, buddy, and thanks for the feedback, man. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all the comments on the videos. As I was just telling these guys, I'm asking people to sub. Appreciate it. You guys are great. The people I have regularly are great. So what benefits does incline press have compared to flat press? It's really just aesthetics, to be honest, for incline versus flat. You tend to get more kind of graininess to the top of your chest. It gets fuller. So it kind of like separates both pec muscles from the, I guess it would be the insertion because the origin's for under your humerus. So you get like a better looking chest, more full looking chest. Especially if you're taller, like I'm not really tall, but I'm a tall adjacent guy. But if I wasn't doing as much of this, I just have kind of like a thick, bulky chest. But because I do more upper, got like a nice rounded pec. That's basically it, man. There's really no benefit. It does have a marginal benefit if you're someone who deals with a lot of shoulder pain when benching. Doing a slight incline will help with that a little bit. So that's a big plus. Yeah, other than that, that's it. I just do it for aesthetic purposes. And I don't do like strength level of bench anymore, or like power lifting bench anymore, where I go for like max weights and super low reps and like 10-minute rests. I don't do that anymore. So like there's really isn't, I still do flat presses, but usually with dumbbells now, because there really isn't as much of a point. Interesting, thanks, no problem. And yeah, XEK, I am feeling better mostly. You can still hear a little bit of stuffiness in my sinus there, but for the most part, I feel pretty good. I'm choosing to look at it as maybe my body needed the week off. Not quite a week, it was like 4 or 5 days, but maybe it needed it because I have been going hard for almost a full year. And I haven't really taken any more than, like even after my show, post-show, I think I only took like 5 days off, 4 days off, something like that. When doing hypertrophy, it's all about the controlled eccentric. Okay, pecs are starting to get tired. So I didn't get the full 10 there, it was 9, but still pretty decent, I'll take it. First day back after being sick, so I mean, if I can keep like marginally getting that same level of strength, it's not bad. It's awesome. Recovery is the key to fitness, 100%. Recovery is the key, and I usually have like days built in, like 2 to 3 rest days in a week, 2 usually rest days in a week. And I don't really count my cardio, like my morning cardio days, as like workout days. That's just part of my volume. But yeah, after that much of a weight loss and stuff like that, I probably could have used the rest. And I still stuck pretty close to my diet, tracked all my food. I had 2 days where I let myself go over on calories because I was recovering from being sick. So I didn't go over with like gross calories. I think I just had like, the one day I had an extra protein bar. If you guys haven't tried the Built Puff bars, they're amazing. It's kind of like dessert to me, so I had one of those. And the other day I just went out and had like steak and eggs extra above my diet. So not like crazy bad food, but just a little bit of a diet break, health break, getting over being sick, and it all worked out. We're gonna do one more set here. And then we're gonna do our chin-ups today. We're gonna do a little bit of weight off. We're gonna do a little bit of an assist. Not because we have to, but because we're just getting back into it. We're gonna focus on really good form, really good eccentrics today. Let's try to make ourselves nice and like tired sore, not crazy sore. But yeah, thanks guys, appreciate you being here. And again, if you guys aren't subbed, please drop a subscribe and a like, helps me out tremendously. I have a goal of 200 subs by my birthday in late May, and we're at 129, so we're getting there. As I said, once I hit 200, I'm gonna do a bit of a giveaway for just my subscribers that want to be entered into it. And yeah, to take part though, I would want you guys to have like an Instagram or something too, so I can chat with you and like find out where to send your stuff and whatever. But I do want to do a giveaway, do some contest stuff. Okay, shoulders feel good. I'm gonna go for our 4th and last set here. going a little fast now. I don't like that. One more. Oh, that's it, toast. Oh, fuck. Not bad though, I guess. I'll take it. Almost there, yeah. It'll be nice to get back into the full thing there. Just a story reply. No, so, the one on my story on Insta? Yeah, so what I've been doing for the last little bit, getting everybody's take, because I'm kind of trying to build a gamified, two things. I'm building like a little, favorite muscle to work out is probably chest and arms. I'm building a bit of a, first it's like a program that's just kind of like a checklist. That's like an easy kind of paint by numbers strategy for people that have a hard time sticking to fitness. Because I think I've said in the story that like, you want to build your habits, not a plan. Most people default to, I need the best workout plan or the best diet plan, or what's this guy's diet plan, that guy's diet plan, and it doesn't really matter. What really matters is what are your habits and how can you make your habits better to getting the result you want, right? If you ever read Atomic Habits, it's the same idea that he talks about, except for it's kind of my theory on it. He talks about having systems, but to me it's, you have to find a way to have something repeatable that you can repeat every day. And like that is not a challenge for you, or finding a way to make it less of a challenge for you. And so that's what I've been doing. I made this kind of program that's kind of just a checklist. And the more often you hit the checklist, the more results you get, right? Like it's easy to point to me because I enjoy the working out and the diet and stuff. But my wife's a good example. She, not so much. She's not a big fan of the workout and stuff like that, but she has a walking pad. Gave her this kind of checklist thing I've been working on. She's been just walking the first 20, 30 minutes of her workday, and she's lost weight. And she feels good. Like when you talk to her, she's like, yeah, I actually feel better, right? So, and it's just a small thing to check off. Did you walk for your first 20 minutes? Yeah. Did you get 3 liters of water? Yeah. Did you make sure that you just made sure you had 20 grams of protein per meal? Yep. And before you know it, you're like, wow, I lost weight. My inches went down. I feel better. All positive signs, right? So that's kind of what I'm building. And I wanted to kind of interview everybody through the Instagram stories to find out what they find challenging when it comes to health and fitness, so I can find a way to build it into that program for kind of the general group of the community here.
Doesn't have to be a mess.
10. That's pretty good for first day back. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm building. And my goal is eventually to build an app like that. So it's kind of just like a fun app that like shoots you reminders on your phone. Like, hey, did you get your water in? Hey, did you get some like 10 minutes of walking in? Did you get this? Did you get that? And you check it off, and it'll have, sorry, I'm still kind of stuffed up. You can hear it. Apologize. You'll get kind of shareable milestones. So you can share on your Insta, your YouTube, that you got however many day streak of walk, however many day streak of protein with your meals, stuff like that, right? So it makes it kind of a fun gamified way to do fitness. I think that's it, right? Like if you can, do I use pre-workout? I sure do. I just had mine before, like right before I started. I just down the last bit of it. I'm a big fan of non-stim pre-workout, but yeah, some people need the stim. It's all good. Pre-workout's good, but it doesn't replace solid diet, solid pre-workout nutrition. But it definitely helps. Like you get good pumps, right? You can see already. I've only done like 2 exercises and I'm getting a decent pump already. So I do recommend it. I do a lot of supplement protocol talk on here, but I'm not a big supplement guy. I usually use like maybe 3-4 things. And then most of them I've been using kind of my whole time. Weed pre-workout. Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the person. If it calms your brain down, like I know some of my friends who do regularly, like to me, working out is my is my weed. So like, if you guys follow Iron Sanctuary, he says he like sometimes his workout is to make the sad voices go away, and that's kind of my thing. Like I lift to quiet my brain down because I'm an overthinker at heart. Some people, that's not enough. They need the weed to do that, and it helps them focus in the gym. So yeah, I'm all for it if it helps you. I think it's really dependent though. You have to try it yourself and make sure it doesn't interfere with like how well you perform. If it helps your performance, then I'm all for it. Pretty good. But yeah, like anything, right? I think it's very person dependent. That's the way I'm on supplements in general, right? Like, is you have to like be open-minded to everything and try things. Like as an example, the gentleman commented, a really good guy, commented a really positive comment on my thing talking about I had a short doing chest press. And he commented like, oh, it's an all right weight. Like, why don't you bump it down and get the full deep stretch as much as you can? You guys hear me talk about the importance of full range of motion to a Atomic Habits, next book to read. Yeah, it's a good book. It's one of those things. It's all the self-help books, right? You have to take them with a grain of salt because like, yeah, there's good information in there. There's good takeaways from all of them, but sometimes they like lay it on pretty thick, right? But he's right about one thing, is creating systems. So one thing I've talked about in some of my earlier stuff on Instagram is I've always managed to be pretty okay at everything I do, like everything I try. And that's not tooting my own horn. Because to tell you guys, like I'm actually terrible at everything I start right away. I am definitely not the smartest guy in the room. Definitely not the most active or the best athlete. Far from it. Like when I played football and rugby, I was always kind of like probably one of the lowest ability people out there in terms of athletes. But the one thing is I've always had like, it's really hard to put me off. Like it's really hard to make me feel like I've failed, truly failed. Like I'll screw something up 100 times and keep doing it. That's just how I've always been. And that's what Atomic Habits is kind of about, right? Like it's less about how many times you fail at it, but more about how many times you just keep working at it and make it part of your routine. And before you know it, you know, like they say, like minor progress is still progress, right? It's better than standing still. So you just got to keep trying and keep doing it and just don't give up. I know it sounds kind of hokey and ridiculous, but it's true. Like one more. Toast. Yeah, you just got to keep going after it, right? And finding ways to help yourself succeed. But it's a good book. It's definitely a good read. All right. So that's 3 there. We're going to try 1 at body weight there and see what we get. Sorry guys, just recording my stuff here. We're gonna do our body weight here, 210. See what we get. But yeah, definitely. If you guys want some like feedback on some books and stuff that are helpful, I would love to share some of the stuff I read with you guys. I enjoy avid reader, comic book reader, music enthusiast. So happy to share all that stuff with you guys. If you want to know some of the supplements that I use too, like feel free to ask in the chat. I can go over what my supplement routine is and explain why I use what I use. My back is smoked already. Crazy. But yeah, if you guys want to know what I use, just drop it in the chat. Ask the question and I will tell you all about it. All right. Speaking of flat dumbbell press, we're going to move to flat dumbbell press now. The idea is eventually to keep building out this gym too. So I know it looks a little dingy right now. It is the dungeon. That's my like nickname for it. What is my long-term social media goal? Long-term, I'd like to build a big enough community that I can help more people. I would like to eventually have so people can donate if they wish. Have enough followers that I can like have some sort of monetization. Because I'd like to build the gym out more, make it more interesting so I can do better content for everybody around health and fitness. And then ultimately give back. So the people that I have in the chat, like I've done it on my Instagram. I've done contests where I've given out stuff to help people with their health and fitness. Same here. Like I want to do subscriber contests where like, yeah, I'll help people out. I want to do subscriber, like follow along journeys would be a good one. Like I know I have some subscribers that are relatively close to me. So I'd like to do, help a subscriber with their fitness goals and like even potentially like train them, not like charge them anything, but just train with them. And get them closer to their fitness goals and document it on here. Just kind of go where things take me, go where my subscribers and my community want to see, what they want to see. But all in all, I think the base thing that I want to do is I'd like to help others and my family. That's like my main goal with social media. So nice. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And so far, so good, man. All the people that I've been meeting on here have been good people. You get the odd, a-hole who joins in, has something to say, but you got to feel for those people, right? They're just unhappy with their life. That's the reality. So you just, you just give them the nod. Okay, good for you. Go on your way. And the good people so far seem to hang around and be a part of what we're doing here, and that's good. I don't know. I like to think that I'm a relatable guy. I like to think that, my big thing is like I find when I watch fitness stuff on kind of any social platform, it seems to me like this industry has lost a lot of authenticness, especially lately, right? Like you have these guys, I don't know, like what's his name? You have guys claiming natty status when they're not. You have guys claiming that they were in the military and got hit in the face with an IED and they didn't. Like just weird stuff. That Scotty K fitness guy doxing people, like just weird stuff. Like I want to be like maybe hopefully a symbol at some point that gets back to like just being healthy, fit, happy, and just looking after yourself and your family and your friends and your community and adding some authenticness back to the fitness world. That would be what I'd like to see. Selling courses for sympathy. Yeah, well, that's it, right? Like, that's why I don't sell a course, right? Like, that's the one thing I want to stay away from. Like, I've had people ask me on Instagram and stuff if they can buy a program and stuff. Like, they asked me to buy that program where I lost the 80 pounds over the year. And I just tell them, like, no, I'll just send it to you. And then they're like blown away. They're like, what's the catch? What's the catch? I'm like, no catch. Just here it is. Take it. I want to see you succeed. Yeah, so a lot of that type of stuff, you know. Got the same dumbbells. Yeah, they're amazing, man. They're perfect. Early partners. Yeah, for sure, man. I would have really appreciate that, man. But yeah, hopefully soon. Hopefully I do get able to put up the donation thing. I was looking online. Apparently you have to get to like 1,000 subscribers or something, is what it was saying. And I'm like pretty far away from that because I recently started, right? But that's why I ask, guys, if you're here and you haven't subscribed, please do. Share it with any friends and family you guys have that might be interested in being part of a cool community. Because yeah, the faster I can get there, the better. And right now, the main thing, like, I don't want to be one of those guys that's like begging people for like subscribers and stuff like that. But the main thing is when I get monetized, the initial bit will be to like increase the safety of my gym. Like right now, that squat rack is like, it's the bane of my existence. My wife hates it. And it is, in all reality, pretty dangerous. So now that I'm like squatting a little heavier and stuff, I am getting a little nervous, but your graph will skyrocket soon. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Miss Gasseed, Mr. Gasseed, I appreciate that. Yeah, and hopefully, like that's the thing. So initially it'll be to like kind of bolster the gym here a little bit. But the whole thing at the end of the day is to help people. One thing I want to do too. I grew up pretty broke. My dad passed away young, grew up with a single mom, brother, mortgage and stuff she was left with. So I remember what it's like to not really have food in the house and stuff. So I do want to do some like annual events around like food banks and helping underprivileged families and stuff like that. So yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff I have in mind that I want to do. It's just going to take time, I guess, as you grow, right? So how many days do I work out? So I lift 5 days and I do fasted cardio 3. So 8 workouts in a week. I stream all of them. So I do 2 strength days, which today is kind of a strength day, but I'm just getting back in after being sick. Tomorrow will be a strength leg day. Then the day off, which is just cardio, fasted cardio. Then 3 hypertrophy days and 2 fasted cardio at the end. That's it. Yeah, so Wednesday's a rest day and Sunday's a rest day. I don't count my fasted cardio as not as like a workout. That's just steps to bolster my NEAT, which is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So I don't count that. So yeah, the Wednesday and Sunday would be my full no weightlifting rest days. But I worked up to that, right? Like this is after like years of lifting, being off for a couple of years and still a full year back into it. One more. So yeah. Ooh. How important is cardio? It's a good question. I think it's really dependent on what your goal is. Cardio is important, always. I'm an older man, so for me, my dad died from massive heart attack. Most of the men in my family have died from heart problems. My genetics are actually to be overweight. It's very hard for me to stay lean. So yeah, it's important for me to keep cardio as part of what I do. But you'll also find if you do strength train, like for power and for heavy weight, that keeping cardio part of your program will actually help your weights, believe it or not. So BMR, BMI. Yes, of course I can. So to that point, BMR, basal metabolic rate, is essentially how much calories you burn. So it's like your rate of metabolism at rest. So if you calculate your BMR, depending on the calculation you use, there's more accurate ways, less accurate ways. Basically, just the general way to give you a general idea. There's calculators online. And it just tells you what, given your personal stats, how many calories in a day you would burn doing very little activity or whatever level of activity you input. Your basal metabolic rate is basically like breathing, blinking, whatever short walks you do around the house. Just your basic, this is how many calories you work in a day or burn in a day. That's your basal metabolic rate. BMI is body mass index. It's a really old, antiquated way. It's not very good, but it's the old school way of being like, you're this tall, you're this age, this is how much you should weigh. It doesn't take into account like lean muscle mass and stuff like that. Now that also is not an excuse, because like someone like me, I don't have a ton of, but my BMI is high, right? Like, but I'm not like a massive bodybuilder. So could I still stand to lose some body fat to get closer to my BMI optimal range? For sure. But also I'm acutely aware that like being in that perfect BMI range for my height and age is not likely. Like for my height, my age, I think I'm supposed to weigh like 185 pounds. And I haven't weighed that since like grade 9. So the likelihood is very slim. But as an example, my wife and I, the first year we were like engaged or like fully together, we were going to visit some of her family in Los Angeles. And I dieted down and I was like shredded, like full 6-pack, lean, couldn't even pinch like skin off my thing, like fully ripped. And I went to see my doctor for a physical and he's like, oh, you're class 1 obese. And I'm like, are we seriously having this conversation? And just to show you the thought process, they're like, yeah, so you're like here. And I was like just over the bottom end of BMI for class 1 obese. And he's like, yeah, so you're over this line, so you're class 1 obese. It is what it is. So I like lifted my shirt. I'm like, are you serious? Like, look at me, right? And he's like, well, it doesn't really matter. What that really measures is the heavier you are, the more strain it puts on your heart. So I said to him, like, okay, well, we did a stress test. Which is like the full incline walk. They had all the leads all over me. And I'm like, we did the full test on my heart. So how's my heart? He's like, oh, great. Your resting heart rate's fantastic. I'm like, okay, so what are we talking about, right? So like it is, within reason, not a great measurement. I think the best measurement you can do is even just going on it online. Amazon, you can get Renpho. It's called Renpho, RENPHO. And they're just cheap kind of like body fat measurement scales, but they're pretty good. You don't need a membership to have download their app. It just helps you track everything. Tanya, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Lots of love. Thank you. Yeah, it's a good way to track your trends, right? So that's why I tell like anybody I help, any like quote unquote clients that work with me, I always tell them just get a Renpho scale. They're $20-$30. The app is free. You don't need a membership. And just pick a cadence that's good for you, right? If it's like I do every 2 weeks on Sunday morning, I get up, get buck naked, I hop on the scale, and I measure the same way every 2 weeks. And then it'll tell me, right, like what's my weight, my BMI. It's not the most accurate, so it's not going to get within like 1% of whatever, but it'll tell you the trend. Like if your weight's constantly staying the same, but your body fat's ticking down, it's a really good sign, right? It means you're getting leaner. You're holding on to your lean muscle mass. It's good. If your weight's going up, your body fat's going up, probably not a great sign. I always hate how tough this is after a week of being sick. Oh, we got it though. Full 10. Yeah, so that's BMR, BMI. It's BMR is important. If people were to ask me like, Doc Jones, what's going on? Thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate it. Happy birthday. Shout out to Doc Jones. Lots of love. Hope you had a good day, buddy. How long have you been? Oh, how long do you tend to work out for? Oh, so when I'm in a phase right now, which is like quote unquote hypertrophy, you'll hear that word thrown around a lot. All it means is like muscle gain, lean muscle gain. Usually these workouts are about 60 minutes, anywhere from 45 to 60, depending. When I'm doing like high intensity for like fat loss and stuff like that, those tend to be a little less. Keep doing big things. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. Trying. Those tend to be a little less. If I'm doing like a strength or like a power thing, which I don't do anymore because of my advanced age, my advanced years, those tend to be a little longer, right? Those will be like up into like 60 hour and a half, mostly because you take a really long rest periods, right? So, all right, we're gonna move to chest supported rows. I still haven't found a great way to show you guys how to do these. I've done them a couple times where you can see from my back how I row in. The main thing I want to show you is when you're doing these, what you want to avoid is looking from the side. You want to avoid like crunching in and you're pulling with the bicep. What you want to do is kind of like, this is exaggerated, but almost like a swoop to your belly button, because that's going to cause your lats to extend and your lats to pull back in because you're abducting the shoulder joint, right? So that's kind of what you want to do. I'll try doing it from the front today so you can see what I'm talking about, but yeah, so it depends on kind of what your goal is, what you're working on, is usually how long your workouts are going to take. What? All in all, it's good, man. Sorry with that. I kind of know how. Sorry, I didn't see there. So what you said. Kind of know about BMI. My BMI is 30 plus. I know I'm overweight. I'm 5'10", weigh about 150 kilograms. I'm only 24. It's okay, man. It's good to. So the biggest thing is you know where you're at now. And the number one thing. So I'm going through this right now with my nephew. My nephew's dealing with, as I mentioned, my family has poor genetics for being in good shape. And my nephew's getting into his teens and he's having some struggles with weight and health. And I'm helping him. And his thing is he gets into the, like, he gets really deep into, he sees, and this is kind of why I want to defluence all the nonsense that you see online. Because he gets into these influencers telling him like, oh, seed oils and this and that. And I'm telling him like, that's majoring in the minor. That's the last thing you should be thinking about now. The main thing is like, think about the small habits, man. Like if it's try to go on a 10-minute walk after every time you eat. It's a small habit that's going to cause you success. Try to make sure that you get in 3 to 4 meals a day and you try to get at least 20 to 25 grams of protein per meal. That's a strategy. That's a system that's repeatable and is going to help you, right? And just start with those little wins and make them a habit and just part of your life. And then before you know it, so this isn't that heavy a weight. I'm just trying to get back into feeling the lats versus the bicep. But if you can see what I mean, instead of pulling straight up, I'm kind of pulling in a swoop. So yeah, that's mainly it, man. Is try to find the strategies, and like the fact that you know that maybe you're in a current health spot and condition where you're uncomfortable or you don't feel your best. That's already, you're miles ahead of some people, man. Like some people get into the habit of just like being okay with feeling not okay. And that's like, if I could give you anything, any like feedback that I try to live by is like, yeah, you literally got one crack at this. And it feels like you got time and everything like that, but like life is short and it flies by really fast, and having kids has done nothing but speed that up in my mind. And like you owe it to yourself to feel good at the very least, right? And that doesn't mean you have to have the best. Like I don't really have an aesthetically pleasing. It's easy to see sometimes this like mid-workout when I got a pump, it's like, oh, he looks like jacked or whatever, but yeah, like aesthetics wise, I don't have like the most aesthetically pleasing body, right? And I've worked hard at it, but I know I feel good in my skin, and I know I feel good in my current health status. And to me, that's what it's all about, right? Like I know some people see like how I diet and see how I work out and like, and they find that annoying. Or they're like, oh, that must be like the worst existence ever, but I really like it. Like I honestly enjoy it. I know it sounds weird and like whatever, but I enjoy it. I enjoy the way I feel. And if I could give the happiness that this gives me to like everybody, I think it would be amazing. But I'm also aware that this isn't as enjoyable for some people. So we went up in weight here. Oh, that's good. One thing I can say is I've never, no matter how bad my day's been, like I've had some real bad days. If I get a workout in, I know it sounds ridiculous and corny to say like it quiets down the sad voices and stuff, but it kind of does. Like no matter how bad of a day I've had, if I can get a workout in, by the end of the workout, it's kind of covered. Yeah, it kind of is covered off, quieting down every like scary voice that's happening in my head. Also an added question, how, oh, Leslie TD, sir. Hi, beautiful. Leslie TD is my lovely wife, just in case anybody's wondering. Why, sir? Am I in trouble? Good teaching, boss. It's important to feel good in your own shell. Yeah, and that's it, man. Just it's important to feel good about yourself, and just know, for me, like one thing is like, how do I say this? Like in sports is like, actually, what's her name? You know, the mixed girl that was supposed to be like a US athlete, but she ended up competing for China. I forget her name. She's a skier, a pretty girl, really smart, like really, really smart and introspective. She was talking about it, and she was like, yeah, like sports, the one thing sports do, and like why she would recommend any parent put their kid in sports is, yeah, it teaches you like about what a proof point really is, right? Like if you are like showing up to work out every day, even when it's not convenient, like even when you don't feel the best, and you show up and you do your workout, right? Cheryl Long Deco, welcome. Thanks. Appreciate the laughy face. Yeah, if you show up day in, day out, even when it's inconvenient and doesn't make you happy, like, and you're not happy and you still show up, it teaches you something about yourself over time, right? And I think that's the importance of any practice, whether it be yoga, meditation, sports, like any kind of sports, lifting, diet. When you learn that discipline over mood, you're pretty much unstoppable, to be honest. Same that swoop back instead of that straight pull. Sometimes I blabber on too, so you guys can feel free to comment to tell me to shut up. One more. Oh. Oh, God. I see my wife saying something. Aesthetically pleasing body. Don't knock my man. Thank you, dear. And it's also hard to not be happy when you have a wife like mine who's like always in your corner. A built-in hype man like my wife. I'm very lucky. But in all honesty, yeah, I've her to thank for a lot of this, right? For doing this channel and kind of building this thing and staying true to what's like important to me and what makes me happy. I think if fate had any different plan for me, it might not be as awesome as my life is now, thanks to my lovely wife. All right, lateral raises. We'll do these standing. I just mean, what I mean by that, to clarify, is there's guys who, you know, probably work out with even less frequency and intensity and are maybe even less. Oh, in the notebook? Yeah, for sure. Here, I'll show you. I can show you. So this is, well, I'll skip that page because that's all my personal info, but yeah, it just has all my workout routines, day in, day out. So it'll have like my workouts, where I've altered the placement of exercises, reps, weight, warm-ups, whether I did stretching, how much of a warm-up, the cardio I did before and after, the volume. So you can see like I was doing high set numbers, like high volume training for the first bit of this book. So I had like 6 sets, which is craziness, right? That's basically it. Tracks all the way along. So you can see today's workout, incline barbell press, all the weights for the number of reps. Moving on to lateral raise now. Mapped out everything. That's basically it. Wives in the corner are the number one thing for sure. I'm very, very blessed and lucky. And yeah, if I can repay, that's part of the reason why I hope Baddiedaddydiaries can succeed and I can build a cool community and it can be something long term, because yeah, I would love to be able to, my wife's confidence in me and show her the success that can bring, right? And the thing is, I know for her, it's just about me being happy, which is, yeah. Can't talk about it too much. I'm going to start getting choked up on stream. If you guys know me, you know I'm a bit of a baby when it comes to talking about my wife. I think I've mentioned that on stream before. Everything I see on site. Are you a foreman or like a safety tech? Yeah, it is important, especially if your goal is to gain. It becomes more important when you're doing it, like, and you have a goal like mine right now, trying to gain lean mass, and my calories are like over what I need as a base amount in a day. It becomes really important because you need to know like the volume that you're doing, and you need to know how much output you're doing, because let's say like my weight will be up when I check this Sunday, but I'll go from this Sunday for 2 weeks and I'll check again. And if my weight is up after 2 weeks, civil engineer, awesome. Yeah, I thought so. That's awesome, man. Really good job. Proud of you, man, for doing that. That's great. It's a great calling. I did mechanical engineering in school. So. Yeah, so if I track for 2 weeks and I notice my weight still went up, that tells me that something's off in my training, and the logbook allows me to go back. And I track my diet too. So like I can't show you on stream here, but I use an app called Macro Factor. And yeah, I track everything I take in. So with all that data, this is the part that I love that most people think is nuts. But yeah, if I track all that data, I can tell like, okay, this was off, that was off. Maybe my sleeping was off. There's any number of ways to find out what maybe I didn't give enough attention to in those 2 weeks that caused me to be off a bit. But I'm very lucky. I have a good family too, and my brother-in-law was over the other day, and he made my week. Coming off being sick, I was like, my first time. I've been wearing obviously baggy sweaters and jackets and stuff for the last like few months because I'm in Canada and it's cold, and he hasn't really seen me in a t-shirt, and I was in. Sorry. I'll finish the thought in a second. I'm gonna try 3 more. Yeah, and he kind of stopped and like had a startled face, and he was like, holy shit, man. He's like, you look great. And if I can't tell you how much that means to me from like close family who see you often, when they notice, then it's like a big big mini claps for me. It made me feel real good. So up in the Yukon. Nice, dude. How is it up there for you guys? Still getting minus 25, eh? Oh, minus 35. Yeah, we're getting back to, I'm in Ontario, Southern Ontario. So we're getting, we're starting to get a couple warm days. Like today it got up to like 12, but then it got windy and close. Like we're fairly close to the water. So it got like, now it's like down to like -1 again. So we had a couple of days of like 15, 16 degrees, and I was getting hype. I was like, here comes, but it's, if you live in Canada, you know, your seasons are like winter, fake spring, winter 2, spring. So we're at winter 2 right now. We had a couple of days of fake spring. We're back to it. So we got 1 more set of lateral raises here, and then 3 sets of cable triceps, and that's the day. So pretty easy way to ease back in. But oh, nice, you went to Fenshaw. Yeah, nice. That's a good spot. Good school, especially for engineering. It's awesome, man. Yeah, fake spring sucks. Yeah, it sure does, man. Every year I keep thinking it's going to be different. Like even this year I saw it. I saw like the 3-4 days back to back with double digits. Started feeling myself, thinking I was going to be able to wear shorts and a t-shirt, and then bam, back to negatives with freezing rain. Again, guys, I appreciate you all being here. If you're not subscribed, please do. We got a goal of 200 subscribers by end of May for my birthday. We were at 129 today when I started. So if you guys know anybody who'd be into the community or just good people in general, please share with them. Ask them to drop a subscribe. It'll mean the world to me. And again, if you guys have any health and fitness questions, if you're on your own journey, I'm not selling programs, anything like that, but I can help you. If you have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that, it's all just at Baddiedaddydiaries. You can find me on all those different venues, and then you can just send me a DM and I'll help you with anything you need. Just want to make a difference in the world, help people get better, feel better. So this is post kind of the majority of the day, what the pump looks like. I don't use a ton of, if you guys want to see a physique thing, that's kind of it. Getting there. you don't mind me asking. Yeah, I'm just from just outside GTA, so just outside Toronto. Just outside the big city lights. But yeah, guys, please, if you can, drop a subscribe. Helps me out tremendously. All right, we're going to finish off with tricep extensions here. Yeah, I do remember the name for sure. No, I remember for sure, man. I appreciate you. If you have any questions, I was just telling for everybody else in the chat, if you do have any questions, what kind of protein powder do I use? So right now, I always use isolate, whey isolate, for the most part. Sometimes, depending on budget, because now obviously my kids and my wife are my priority, and sometimes they need my money more than I do. So, but for the most part, whey isolate protein is good enough. It's clean, it's good quality. Normal whey protein's fine too. There's nothing wrong with it, but it might upset your stomach if you have some aversions to milk and lactose and stuff. I use Legion is the one I'm using right now. If you want like an actual name, Legion Whey Plus. I don't pimp out codes and stuff. I do have a code, but I don't pimp it out. If you guys want, it's on my Insta. You can check it out. And yeah, I just started using it because it's like pretty clean. It's third-party tested and stuff like that for cleanliness and purity and stuff like that. So I started using that, and they don't use a lot of fillers. And it's got a 30-gram scoop, and it has like 25 grams of protein. So that tells you it's like basically just mostly protein. So that's why I use that one. But I use protein powder every day. My meal 2 is 200 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt, 1 scoop of Legion, banana and almonds. And that's basically my meal 2 every single day. Never really changes. Great t-shirt. Thanks. Thanks, DB. I appreciate you. I'm a big Soups fan, collector since I was a little kid. I got tons of comics from all the way back to the 1970s. Going forward, I'm a gigantic nerd. Love comic books and stuff like that. But yeah, please guys, drop a subscribe if you're new here. It means a lot. Lean Fit? Yeah, Lean Fit's good. Lean Fit's a decent protein as well. I've seen it before. Biofuel's decent as well too. I do take creatine. I've been taking creatine since I was young boy. Since I was like 18, I think, 19 I started, and I think I've been taking it ever since. After breakfast. So thanks DB, I appreciate you. So my meal 1 is egg whites, 250 grams of egg whites, 2 whole eggs, 80 grams of oatmeal, a cup of blueberries, 15 grams of natural peanut butter. That's the same every single day too. And then, yeah, 3 hours later or so, then I have the Greek yogurt with a scoop of protein powder. It doesn't really necessarily matter when you eat it particularly, but the idea is like, the way I look at protein powder is it's basically just food. Right? It's just a way of supplementing your food. So you can look at it almost like food. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna finish this set. This is 90 pounds or 100 pounds. More. So yeah, that's the way to look at it, is basically just it's basically just food. I do take creatine, so I take 5 grams a day. I've been taking 5 grams a day for years. And even more so, I look at it as more important now that they're finding all the cognitive benefits. Yeah, so I've always taken that. And yeah, it's the most, so when people always try to spout a lot of craziness around creatine, it doesn't hurt your kidneys in any meaningful fashion. You don't want to over consume a bunch of it. Like you hear some guys talking about taking 20, 30, 40 grams a day. I would never recommend that. But yeah, taking 5 to 10 grams a day. Like I have in-laws, and we have my in-laws taking creatine. My wife takes creatine. Like there's proof to show that it reduces symptoms of menopause and aging in women. It reduces period cramping. It improves cognitive function and slows the rate of cognitive decline in older people and dementia patients. Yeah, just your body's efficiency with producing and using ATP gets increased. So yeah. The first equipment to my home gym would be this beautiful bad boy right here. It's a commercial grade treadmill. Because at the very least, I look at getting my steps in as like kind of the most important thing I can do for my overall health. So a good walking pad or a good treadmill is kind of the number one thing you'd want to try to invest in and use regularly, if you want my advice. And then number two would be, I don't know if you can see them here. Oh, sorry. Number two would be like these. It's a set of adjustable dumbbells. There's expensive ones, less expensive ones. Those are basically Bowflex adjustable dumbbell knockoffs, essentially. And yeah, I've had them for better part of 5 years now and never had a problem with them. Two more. Oh, God. Triceps are cooked. Yeah, never had a problem with them. Better part of 5 years. They're great. They were like, I think I spent $300 on them, I want to say. Yeah, $300 or something on them. And I use them 5 days a week, every week for going on 4 or 5 years. And yeah, to me, that's worth every penny, right? Yeah. Home app workouts, nice. Awesome. So yeah, beginning is like, if you do have an Instagram, feel free to join my Insta at Baddiedaddydiaries. Again, anybody who's not sub, please drop a sub, a like, comment, helps me out a huge amount. You can follow me anywhere at Baddiedaddydiaries, but the Instagram at Baddiedaddydiaries. A lot of good information that can help you out, DB, in terms of like diet, nutrition, supplements, and I'm available. So if you guys want to DM me, DM me on Insta. I will help you out with anything I can. Not selling a course, not selling programs, anything like that. I've given people the program I used to lose 80 pounds last year, just like straight up handed it to them. They couldn't believe it. They thought I was trying to charge them something for it, and I'm not. I'm happy to help anybody I can. So if you guys need it, message me there. If not, I'm here 5 days a week. You can join on here, ask any questions you want. And then 3 additional days on here a week, just doing fasted cardio where I just kind of sit and chat. But I appreciate you guys. It means the world to me that you're here with me. And hopefully we keep growing. We'll hit 200 hopefully by the end of May. Please share the channel with anybody you think might be interested or it might help. And send you guys lots of love, positivity. And we'll see you tomorrow for legs.